How secure are the components you're using in your web applications? Can you confidently say there are no known vulnerabilities? If not, it's time to rethink your approach. This is especially true if you're using third-party libraries, frameworks, or components with known security vulnerabilities. These components, which run with the same privileges as your application, can be a weak link in your security chain. If exploited, they can lead to serious data loss or even server takeover. Using components with known vulnerabilities can undermine your application's defenses, paving the way for various attacks and impacts. This situation is so prevalent that it has its own category. A 9, 2017. Using components with known vulnerabilities in the OWASP Top 10 list of web application security risks. Many applications rely on various components to speed up development. However, using outdated or vulnerable versions of these components can introduce significant security risks. Cyber attackers are always on the prowl, actively seeking out known vulnerabilities in widely used components to exploit and compromise systems. Let's examine the key aspects and risks associated with using components with known vulnerabilities. Firstly, outdated libraries and components. If you're not updating libraries or components to the latest secure versions, you're exposing your applications to known vulnerabilities that have been patched in newer releases. Secondly, lack of monitoring and patch management. If you're not adequately monitoring or managing patches, you're likely using outdated components without even realizing the associated security risks. Lastly, dependency confusion and supply chain attacks. Attackers can exploit weaknesses in the software supply chain by injecting malicious code into dependencies or replacing legitimate components with compromised versions. So, how can you mitigate these risks? Here are some best practices. Keep a close eye on security advisories and updates for the components used in your application. Implement robust patch management processes to promptly apply security patches and updates for libraries and dependencies. Use tools that can automatically identify vulnerable components within your application's codebase. Verify the integrity of dependencies and ensure they come from legitimate sources. And lastly, reduce the attack surface by minimizing unnecessary or unused dependencies in your application. Regular vulnerability scans, security assessments, and maintaining an inventory of all components used in your application are crucial for identifying and addressing vulnerabilities. Staying informed about security disclosures and promptly addressing known vulnerabilities is essential for ensuring the security of your web applications. In conclusion, using components with known vulnerabilities can lead to severe security breaches. Stay vigilant, keep your components updated, and always be aware of the risks. Remember, your application's security is only as strong as its weakest link.